Some environmental activists are optimistic about how the summit in New York has addressed the issue of climate change. They include Jennifer Morgan. She's director of the Climate and Energy Program at the World Resources Institute. I spoke to her earlier today.
I'm quite optimistic about the climate summit, not only because of the summit, but because of the lead into the summit. I think because of the 400,000 people who showed up on Sunday in New York to indicate their support for action, because of the multiple business voices and city voices that have come forward and said now is the time to act, and because you had such a high level of leaders, a number of leaders coming in indicating they understand the risk, the science is over on this issue, and pledging to work together to come to a strong agreement by the end of next year in Paris. But I think the new dynamic is that the benefits that come from acting immediately occur immediately. So if you care about air pollution from coal and you cut your coal emissions like China is looking to do, you reduce your air pollution and you tackle climate change. If you care about energy security, you make more efficient cars, you become more energy independent. So it's true you do need a longer term perspective, but I think the bigger issue, frankly, is that the entrenched interests of the old industry don't want to let go to the new industries that can come in and really make something out of this opportunity. I was very heartened and impressed to hear President Obama open his speech today at the United Nations, indicating that yes, there are all those problems. Climate change is actually bigger than all of those and longer term. And I think that it's necessary for leaders to carve out space for this problem because it is just as important and as urgent as those others. Recent analysis, the Global Commission on Climate and the Economy, headed up by former President Mexico, recently found that you don't have to choose, that the things that you need to do to solve climate change are the things that you need to grow your economy and be prosperous. So, and you heard that a lot at the UN today. You heard that from Brazil, you heard that from smaller countries, you heard it from China, you heard it from Europe. This is not a choice, it's actually something you can do together. But the second point on the have-nots is that it's true that industrialized countries have benefited from fossil fuel development, and so they have a responsibility to actually support poorer countries in building that capacity to be able to, number one, adapt to those impacts that are already happening, and number two, to take advantage of this low-carbon economy that's emerging. So it's a different moment than it's been in the past, but clearly that north-south and an equity discussion is at the core of discussions.